Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 18th to the 24th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, so thank you so very much for doing so. It also gets it seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, let's turn these over actually as we go. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords reversed. We have the Page of Wands in the upright position. We have the Six of Cups reversed. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Moon, which also represents Pisces energy in the upright position. We then have the Sun. Oh, I love it. I love it when the Moon and the Sun are together in a reading. It just celestially is so beautiful. So let's see if you get the stars. Let's see. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. You have the Empress reversed. You have the Two of Wands. You have the Three of Pentacles, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. You have the Ten of Swords reversed. You have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And you have the Strength card reversed. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so a bit of an internal battle going on here. Let me just make sure everything is in frame. Oh, it is. Let me just move down my camera just a bit for you so that you can see everything maybe a little bit better. Hopefully. Yes? Okay. I hope that's perfect. All right. So there is this big shift going on. You're going to feel like you're being led somewhere. Like there's going to be a breakthrough, there's going to be insights that guide you. This week is going to be an important week for you. We have the moon, we have the sun, both in the upright position, both have great power over our lives and ourselves and the way that we see ourselves in the world, right? One you can look at as like our aura coming out, radiating from us, our heat, our fire, our passion, our ever-changing face in the world, our ever-changing, way of perceiving ourselves, way of moving forward, one that calls to the water within us, one that calls to the fire within us. So that is really, really, really cool. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a butterfly in the comment box below. Now, you have to like, comment with a butterfly, so I know you want to be entered to win a reading. Some don't, so that's cool. And subscribe. So like, comment, and subscribe. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday, so hit that bell notification. And yeah, good luck to everyone. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, goodness, this one right here. This is clarity reversed. So it's funny because it jumped in and it jumped back in. So there's a sense of things become clear. And then it's almost like we lose the plot, like we lose the deeper understanding, then things become clear again, then we lose the deeper understanding. So just know that during this time. And for us Sagittarius, as such truth finders, that's what one of our purposes here on this earthly plane is to find the truth, to dig deeper into the truth, to better understand ourselves. When clarity is obscured, we can feel like, well, I just don't know what's true. And how do you know what's true? And we can just feel like we're on this big question quest, which is fun, right? At some points, but sometimes we just want there to be knowledge and clarity and a clear way of moving forward. So know that there's also frustration there with that as well. Our chakra energy, angels, and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is listening. This is the throat chakra. One of the greatest superpowers that you can ever have is to be a listener, to be an observer. So in our world where everybody talks, everybody's vying for attention, everybody wants to be louder, more chaotic than the next person because I need more eyes on me. If you are the listener, if you are the observer, you have a leg up on everybody else. So here, when we embrace our third chakra, and when I always thought of the third chakra, I always thought of talking, right? That's what the third does. But when we take things in and we listen, it shapes our words, it shapes our connection with that person. And it's also a very beautiful thing, sexy thing, you can even say, to be a good listener and to show up in our world. And we don't have to, say this romantically, but it's like, wow, that person has a certain something to them. And it's the ability to listen and it's the ability to hold space. That is a beautiful thing and something that we should really practice. You say sexy with it and people are like, ooh, I want that. But if we can incorporate listening into our lives and see it as this beautiful trait that it is, then it will permeate into everything. And that's just a win for us. So let's see what our energy to be mindful of is. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is the Four of Wands reversed. Okay, the home has been shaken up. A security that you have had has been shaken up. It doesn't necessarily have to be the home. The Four of Wands tends to represent the home. It tends to also represent celebrations. It can be marriage. Those type of things. That's the Four of Wands. When it's reversed, there's the sense of like, ooh, it's shaken. Like I'm shaken. I don't feel as steady in my world as I once did. This could be for a myriad of different reasons. Because this is a general reading, it is going to be for a different reason. A different reason. There we go. I can speak for each and every one of us. So being aware of this is going to be super important, but also being aware that just because things aren't running like the smoothness or as smoothly as we would want them to, does not mean that we're on the wrong path or that we've messed up or that, we're not going to get to where it is that we want to be. So just being aware of this during this time that we might have hit a hiccup, but don't, throw everything out. Like don't throw the baby out with the bathwater type of thing with that hiccup coming forward. Okay. All right, perfect. So here, what's very interesting is that we have a blockage within our inner child self when it comes to expressing what it is that we want. So this is going to be important during this time. We can also have an air sign energy in our life, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius, okay, that is especially young or has a very young energy to them. This is going to be a person where the young energy comes across not as an innocence, not as like this beautiful heart where you're kind of like, how could they have that beautiful heart and not be affected by the rest of the world? This comes across as it comes across as a brattiness. Okay, so just putting that out there. I know it's not the nicest thing to say, but when one of the pages are reversed, there's a brattiness that can come forward with this energy. Now we can have air sign energy in ourselves. We can have air sign energy, like we can have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in our birth chart. We can have air sign energy in our life, but here there is a sense of us ourselves being triggered by somebody's inability to communicate or somebody's words that we think, oh, wait, like, that wasn't cool. You can't say that. That can't happen. And I know can't is a very hard word to use, but it's like, no, but we don't necessarily put our foot down in that moment. We need to step back and we need to look at it. Why? Because that's also a very Sagittarius way to do things. We can explode. Yes. I mean, we're ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the Roman name for Zeus. Zeus, the greatest of all the gods. So when we do explode, oh my gosh, Sagittarius, people better take cover because wow, are we intense. But here during this time, when it comes to our voice, we need to step back because there's some trauma around, even though we have the throat chakra coming through, so beautifully, there's a trauma around embracing our voice that comes from our inner child self, which means that comes from when we're little. We were taught that either our voice didn't matter or that we didn't have anything important to say, shut up and listen type of thing, children are to be seen and not heard type of nonsense. So here, just being very aware of that during this time, that something is going to trigger you. Now, it can be on this week or it could be around this week. So being aware of that. It's also Mercury retrograde, so words can be misunderstood. There can be a fierceness to things when we didn't mean it to be, but it's going to deeply impact us. And it moves us forward in this way that says, but what is my fire? What is my passion? Like, I'm not here to simply be a scribe, right? To simply record the world. I'm here to live vibrantly within it, which is what a fire sign does. So with the page of wands coming forward, it's like, I have to listen to my inner child self of passion and, connection and vibrancy and fierceness. I also have to listen to the fire and fierceness around me of those who have, I want to say, an innocent heart. It's just like when you see somebody who is represented as a page, like they have a way of looking at the world with childlike wonder, of being just awed by the beauty of the small things that we tend to get jaded to. So being aware of that as well. We are also having that beauty come back into our lives. A sunset will be beautiful to us. A flower will be beautiful to us. Now, with the Six of Cups, the past is going to come through, and that's playing off of the sense of I can't, embrace my voice. It's coming through, and we're going to feel small. The Six of Cups is emotions coming forward, and they're from the past. It's living in the past, but it's living in wounds and pains of the past. And what the Queen of Pentacles is going to do, you're going to have somebody in your life here, Sagittarius, that is an earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. Now, they can also have a lot of earth in their birth chart. So just be mindful about that. Also, if you have earth sign energy in your chart, if you were born on the cusp with Capricorn, this part of your personality comes through very fiercely. It's like very grounded, very sensible, very logical. That playing off of your fire energy makes you really unstoppable in the here and now. So that's excellent for this week. This week is a very good time if you're, not being emotionally manipulated off of past wounds and triggers. Just be mindful, because that can be part of what comes into play. You will move forward in prosperity and success quite bountifully. You're going to have this way of making really good decisions, making really good business moves. You're also going to have somebody in your life come forward who's very grounded and is like, why are you believing in this nonsense? Like, why are you letting these seeds be planted within you? Be very mindful of what you're consuming, of what you're listening to. Now, food consumption as well. I very much believe in eating whole foods. I think that's very good for us. But this is also the consumption of like social media. Whatever isn't building you up, whatever is making you doubt yourself and fear yourself or fear the world around you, turn it off. Turn it off and walk away, especially during a Mercury retrograde, which will last till the 9th of September. We then have the moon coming in. The moon is Pisces energy. February 19th to March 20th is the time frame. This is very positive energy for you. And this is really the ability to see the ever-changing face of ourselves. I'm not meant to be one way. I'm not meant to see one thing within me. I am meant to embrace the ever-building, ever-growing, ever-changing face of myself. I'm also meant to look at what I am afraid of and face it calmly. So there's going to be something that comes forward that you're going to want to react to. There's like going to want to be like, there's a fire that comes out of you that you're going to want to react instantaneously to it. Step back, center yourself, walk away if you need to walk away, and then make the decision. Okay? Because you need that coolness of the moon to come forward. And you also need to see the shadows, see the fear of things, see the truth of things in the full moon of the self, which is when we shine the light on ourselves. Now the sun comes forward, and that's the happiest card in the whole entire deck. So there is just a brilliance, there is a happiness, there is a prosperity around us. We are going to have a bit of difficulty, which is interesting here, creating and embracing our creativity, embracing our tenacity. There's going to be, it's high stress is what it is. It's high stress that is hindering our creativity and the flow of the sacred creator within ourselves that guides us and that leads us. So being aware of that is going to be important as well. Certain doors are closing. That can be part of our stress during this time, but we're also going to have a very specific way that we see things. It's like, oh, well, it has to be like this. And we're going to be like, why? Like that, not we are going to be like spirits like within us. Why? And you'll have dreams about that. It's like, why does it have to be like that? But they're going to seem like rather like bizarre dreams. It's like, where the heck did that come from? So being aware of that is going to be very important for us, because it's going to be like write those dreams down in a little dream journal, because it's going to be like, oh, that's what that meant. Like, that's what the absurdity of that meant. That's what the clarity of that brought. And we're going to also see here that it's going to be other people's opinions as well that really help us. Not other people's opinions. We have a certain role that we have in our world and in our life. We have something that we are really, really, really quite good at. And we can't be the best at absolutely everything. I mean, even if you're Da Vinci, you stunk at some things, right? So here with the Three of Pentacles, it is coming together with others, and it's hearing their opinions. It's looking at things and saying, well, I'm upset like this, like, you know, what is your opinion? What do you think? What is this? What is that? So being aware of this is going to be a very important thing during this time, as well as knowing that you have a core group around you. Now, even if it's just your angels and your spirit guides, even if you're thinking, Dane, I'm really in this kind of by myself. First of all, you have this community and you have this family here, and we are always going to be here for you. So reach out in the comment box. But here as well, with the Three of Pentacles, you have your angels and your spirit guides connecting with you, guiding you, building you forward. And it's listening to that inner voice of love and of kindness. So it's always coming from a place of love and kindness and respect. That's going to be so important during this time. It's not anger and fierceness. No, it's love, kindness, and respect. And walking as gently upon this earth as we possibly can. Could you imagine if people said, I'm going to walk gently on this earth. I'm going to be kind to people. I will, just embrace the golden rule, right? Treat others as you would want to be treated, even if you're not religious or, it doesn't mean the same, but that resonates with everyone. Just treat people as you would like them to treat you. And here with the Ten of Swords, there is that real sense of we are having a hard time this week, but we have also been having a hard time embracing our voice, seeing ourselves. And it's the wounds of others that have settled in us. And we see that from the childhood wounds coming forward. It doesn't mean that the childhood wounds have to end at 13 when you become a teenager, or at 18 when you become an adult, or wherever you are in the world when you become an adult. The brain does not finish adolescence for females until 25, for males until 28. So there can be wounds that happen there that are very much carried forward. And there could be little scars that happen that when you're older and as you're growing, somebody could see, oh, that's a little bit of weakness that you have. I'm going to attack, right? That's the way I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight dirty, and I'm going to make you doubt yourself. So then I win. So just be mindful about that as well, because we can sit there and say, no, I had a really great childhood. Everything was awesome. But everybody gets a little banged and bruised, right? In transport, in this existence and growing of life. And there are people who are really good at exploding that. So here with the Ten of Swords reverse, there's this real sense of, but they said. And it's like, well, who's the they? Well, it was my third grade teacher. Well, it was, this professor in college. Well, it was, this person at the grocery store. Well, it was. So being aware of this during this time, that those wounds have stayed within us, and saying, all right, how is that impacting how I see me now? Why is that holding me back? And who gave them such power? And it brings us then to the Ten of Pentacles, which is feeling cursed, which is feeling like I'm just unlucky. And that's not true. That is not true. You are a miracle. The way that you were formed, the way that, the universe came together to create you, right? Or your parents came together to create you, right? And just look at the DNA of it all and the ancestry and just like the probability of it is amazing. You're amazing. You're not cursed. You might have struggles, and you might have seen these struggles play out in your family line. And then because those traumas are the traumas that make you feel like, oh, well, I'm home. We have money problems. Well, of course, collection agencies were always calling, of course, life got hard, it feels like home. Not in that good way, but in that way that makes us feel like, oh, comfortable kind of thing. I know it's warped, it's weird, but here it's going to be breaking the curse, because here we're looking at things and we're calling out the bullies. The Strength card reversed, Leo energy, July 23rd to August 22nd. Also, the time frame that we are in and coming out of during this time. We're coming out of Leo time frame, going into Virgo time frame. All right. But also Mercury retrograde is in Leo now. So just be aware of that during this time frame. Mercury retrograde went into Leo on the 13th, 14th. I can't remember. I think it's the 13th. And will be in Leo till the 9th. And that makes people very vicious with their words. like I'm going to hurt, I'm going to wound, I'm going to attack, attack, attack. So being mindful about that as well is going to be important here. And we're really not into the strength of bullies. We have no time for this, Sagittarius. So being aware of that is going to be a very important thing. And for us, making that calm, collected, truthful decision, that is also going to be very important and very impactful for us. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, which here is unity reversed. We need to connect. There's a part of us that's out of balance, and we are represented by temperance in the major arcana. And temperance is all about balance. It's all about balance. It's all about harmony. It's all about the waters coming together. So the moon has a very big effect on you, Sagittarius. So here with unity reverse, we have to see, how do we unite? How do we come together with the complexity of us? How do we see the questions? Because we need the questions. We need questions. Questions are like mother's milk to us. We need it in order to thrive and survive and to flourish in our lives. Whatever questions you want to answer, whether it be, how do I solve this mathematical problem? How do I perform the surgery better? Or, how do I make this garment? Like, how do I tailor it to fit me the best? Or how do I plant the seeds outside? Or, how do I connect with my children better? Or, with my friends and my family? Whatever questions we have, we need them at this moment to unite around, to see, to step into, because Sagittarius, we are seekers, and we will always be seekers. And that's just it. That's part of the wonderful blessing of being a Sagittarius, and one could say the curse of being a Sagittarius. It moves us then to a chakra energy, which is clarity in the upright position here. And this is the third eye chakra. So it's interesting that we have clarity here, reverse. Things aren't coming in as clearly, as, succinctly as we would want them to. That's what spirit is showing us. And yet our third eye is open and seeing. So we are negating a lot of the information that spirit is showing us. Being able to sit and say, it doesn't all have to be logical. It doesn't all have to add up perfectly, but let me connect with the energy that's coming through me and the feelings that are guiding me forward. Because we are feeling beings, and we need to respect that feeling, intuitive nature of us. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. I think this is very funny. This is the Prince of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini is our sister sign, so Gemini can bring out the best or the worst in us. Geminis are also seekers, natural seekers, but tend to be a little bit more okay with not being balanced. Sagittarius, we like being balanced. So that's why I think this is such a funny card, because it brings the imbalance forward, right? But it also brings with it this real sense of chaos. Like, I have to act, I have to push forward. It's wanting to be the hero of the story, but not knowing how. And it's saying, I just need the answers. So you're going to have somebody come in, and they're really going to want to be the hero of the story. They're really going to want to either save things, or you had somebody come in and you thought, oh, they could save things, and they couldn't. Because, and I know people get upset with this, but we have to save ourselves. We do. We have to sit there and say, this is me, and I love who I am, and I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of everything that I've accomplished, and I'm proud of overcoming every trial and tribulation I've been through. And so here, this is somebody else wanting to come in, but they also, like, they want you to know, oh, I did this for you. I did this for you. They always throw it in your face. And now you're like, no, because you can stand on equal footing with them. And that's what you're getting to. And that's what you're embracing during this time. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, which is the Eight of Wands. And this is a very common one for this time to come forward. The Eight of Wands reverse is that we feel like this is moving very slow. This week is like, it's dragging, it's overwhelming. There's a lot to be done in this week, but it can also feel like it's interminable. So just be aware of that, but also understand that this week may feel like it's moving really, really slow. And then all of a sudden it picks up and you're like, holy camoli, like, let me just hold on, because I'm in for a wild ride. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Sagittarius, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.